Today we are exploring some of the most beautiful temples in Thailand.
Bangkok is the capital of Thailand, so one would imagine that it's gonna have some pretty unbelievable temples.
If you've been keeping up with our Thailand series so far, you know that we visited some temples in Chiang Mai, and we also visited some in Chiang Rai. So we're gonna take a look at these temples through the lens of beautiful, of architecture, of history, of price. We're gonna kind of take all of these factors into account when deciding if Bangkok has the best temples or not.
We'll see. Two. Oh, thank you. So it was 100 baht per person to get into Wat Arun. Honestly, in my opinion, that's not that bad.
And they give you water, and also if you don't have something to cover your shoulders, they have these pashminas, I guess, for you to borrow, and you can make a donation and then return them when you're done. I was planning on buying one outside, full disclosure, but they don't have any that are outside.
So right off the bat, this is 100% worth the price of admission. This is unbelievably beautiful.
10 out of 10. The amount of detail and craftsmanship that went into this is truly unmatched. You can tell every single piece was intricately placed.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
All right, Hannah, trivia question for you.
Ooh.
How long ago do you think this was built?
I'm so bad at this. 700.
300. I thought it would have been older too.
I definitely thought this was older.
Wat Arun was named after the Hindu god of dawn named Aruna, and while it's 300 years old, which is honestly surprising to me, I thought it would be older, it actually has been renovated in the 19th century in order to give it this kind of iconic look that it has now and to make it look so unique. And looking up the sides, you can kind of see these stairs, but they look really steep. But you can climb up to the top, and supposedly you can get some pretty cool views of Bangkok, so we might try to climb up the stairs a little bit to see if we can get a view.
Those steps are no joke. You also can't go to the top anymore. I think that at one point you could go all the way to the top and you could see really beautiful views of the city. Don't think that's possible anymore, but those steps you get like a good little 360 view. But the steps are steep. Hold your children's hand or hold Trey's hand.
Yeah. The main spire right here is 80 meters tall and 262 feet tall. So I'm glad we're not able to go to the top because Hannah would have probably tried to do it and I'd have been a nervous wreck the whole time. This might turn into the quickest temple video of all time because it's real hot. So we are all on the way to number 2 and hopefully it has a little bit more shade because there wasn't much shade over there.
So we gotta find Pier 4.
Yeah, that's a good thing about this is we can cross the river instead of like walking around all the way to that temple over there, which, spoiler alert, Wat Pho is number 2. We can take a ferry right across.
Would you? Okay, thank you.
Man, that's as good a deal as you will ever find.
Yeah.
Oh, a little weird. We'll make it work though.
This is some of the choppiest water I think I've ever been on in my life.
Yeah, there's boats going back and forth like crazy on this river, so you're not gonna be, if you get on a boat on this river, you ain't gonna be the only one.
Oh my goodness. This is just as shaky as the boat was. Oh my gosh.
This is the last river you want to be jumping in. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
The only person that's good for is like Shaq or Yao Ming. No one's that tall.
Looks like you found what you need.
This one's perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful too.
100 baht.
Kapung. We got our chili mini. We got our pashmina. Is it pashmina?
I don't
know. Sorry. Don't roast me in the comments.
Or do.
Or do. Mine. Whatever. I'll take it.
Kapung.
So it was 200 baht each, which is 400 total, so we're getting a little bit more expensive. I gotta be honest, I thought this was cheaper. The most expensive place is the next one, and I'm afraid that it's gonna be more expensive than it already is. Either way, let's go check out Wat Pho. Nice and firm, I like it, it's good. Wat Pho's home to the largest Buddha in Thailand that was built in 1848. It's 15 meters tall, which is about 49 feet, and 46 meters long, which is about 151 feet, so it's absolutely huge.
This is even more impressive in person. I've seen a few vlogs on this place, and I'm in shock. One thing to note when coming to Wat Pho is there is a lot of people here. The Reclining Buddha is probably one of the biggest things to see here. This is a queue to take a picture with like the best angles. There's a lot of people here today.
It moves quick though.
It does move.
Moves quick.
So once you get to the other side of the Reclining Buddha, there are little jars where people are putting, I think it's like a quarter of a baht. It's like what a penny would be in US dollars. And you put it in these little jugs. I keep asking people, I'm like, do you know what this is for? Is this good luck? And they're like, I don't know. Everyone else was doing it, so I'm doing it. So if you know, please get in the comments because I'm very curious if you're supposed to put one in each or how it all works.
All in one. Yeah.
All in one?
No idea.
I don't know.
While the Reclining Buddha was built in 1848, the temple itself was constructed some 60 years earlier in 1788. The construction was directed by King Rama I of the Shakri dynasty, and supposedly his ashes are preserved here in the ordination hall of the temple.
That is beautiful.
I believe that was the ordination hall, and it's very extravagant. It's very beautiful.
One thing, point Wat Pho, there's bathrooms here.
Yeah, I couldn't find any at Wat Arun.
I couldn't
There
either.
probably are.
There
probably
might be.
are, but they weren't easily locatable.
Y'all, not only are there bathrooms, but they're bathrooms with AC.
Oh,
So,
great place to hang out.
point and a half, Wat Pho. Statues, and you can scan the QR code for information. I feel like there's a lot to learn in this place, but we have a lot to see still. So we're gonna head to the next spot.
To the exit, right?
Yeah, but that's not right here, like you said. Oh man.
Oh no. Oh. Hannah was in charge of directions. We'd be in Uzbekistan right now.
Alright, we have finally made it to our last stop, which is the Grand Palace. Entry into the grounds will probably be the most expensive of the day, but it includes entrance to our last temple, which is inside of the palace grounds, so it's kind of a 2-for-1. However, upon arrival, we ran into a bit of a hiccup. So Trey has to change into his elephant pants, and you must wear a proper shirt to cover your shoulders, so I had to buy one from the local gift shop. And we were also told that we had to take off our microphone to enter into the palace grounds. There are admittedly lots of rules, but it also makes sense because this was the former residence of the King of Thailand, and today it's used for hosting royal ceremonies and welcoming the king's guests. So, I mean, it's a proper place. This is definitely the most impressive, but it is very difficult and it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Our last temple is officially called Wat Pho Sri Ratana Satsadaram, but we're gonna just stick to calling it the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. As we said already, this temple is located within the grounds of the Grand Palace. Nobody's allowed to touch this green emerald Buddha except for Thai kings. This is without a doubt one of the most sacred monuments, shrines, etc. that you'll find in the entire country.
Alright guys.
We have some explaining to do.
We need to wrap this up real fast.
It was hard at the palace because we couldn't use the microphone, so we couldn't talk to you guys about what our experience was like. And then it was also 1,000,000 degrees outside, so we were very eager to go home and shower. We're here now with our beers. and we are going to chat about what we experienced today with you guys.
We wanted to start off with Wat Arun was the first one, right? And I really liked that one. It was 100 baht to enter, and you were able to get a shawl because you didn't have your shoulders covered.
And they gave us free water.
Yeah, that was fantastic. The hospitality was a 10 out of 10.
There were no bathrooms that we saw, though.
I'm sure there probably
There
are.
We just couldn't find them.
We just didn't see them. I think my one downside for it is it was kind of hard to get a break from the sun. I would say that was probably my second favorite of the day.
I think that's fair.
And then we took the boat across the river to Wat Pho. That temple was beyond our wildest expectations.
It was gorgeous. It was huge. Every time we went around a corner, I was like, oh, we haven't seen this yet. Oh, we haven't seen this yet.
But that was 200 baht, I'm pretty sure of that.
It was.
And it was worth it completely. The
Yeah.
reclining Buddha is gigantic. Also,
AC in the bathrooms.
look at that. You can't ask for
It
more
really
in
was.
Thailand.
I think that was number one for sure.
Yeah, that was number one for me. And then the third was the Grand Palace. And I'm not saying that it's like, it was my least favorite, but it wasn't totally a temple. We went there for the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, but in order to visit the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, you had to go
Inside.
pay
the
admission for the Grand Palace. And it was 500 baht each, which is like $14.
I completely understand why the rules are not as flexible there to have a shawl. We do want to be respectful, and it was super impressive. It's beautifully decorated. They do a very great job of maintaining the buildings.
It's definitely a place fit for a king.
I
mean, it really, and I'm not even trying to like make a joke.
No,
like,
but it
really
is.
is.
It's very impressive. But I do think that the hard part about it is the price.
Also, you couldn't film the Temple of the Emerald Buddha at all, so apologies for not having any footage of that. There were a lot of people in there that were actually praying, so we wanted to be respectful. Yeah, we wanted to be respectful. Hindsight being 2020, I think I would still do it. I think the tough part with this video is that we were going to visit the best temples in Bangkok. And I feel like that's true, but it's not true. There are so many temples in Bangkok. So that leads us into our next point. If you are from Thailand or if you visited Thailand and we didn't go and visit one of the best temples in your mind, then please let us know down in the comments. This was all over the place, but we had a ton of fun, even though we are now fried. Hannah's got a horrible sunburn.
It's really bad.
So we will wrap things up here. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in a few days doing whatever in the heck it is we're doing. See you then, though.
Bye.
Call me Stretch Armstrong.